It's
Well, hello.
hello,
Hello.
hello.
Happy post
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Happy post Thanksgiving.
Did you do any shopping or Black Friday shopping
You
or
know
Cyber
what?
Monday or
I
small business?
I totally took care of all of my Christmas shopping this last weekend. I'm
You are
done. I
way
took
better
care of
than
it.
me. I am
Girl, you
so
wait
proud of
till like
you.
the last minute. I took care
Oh
of
yeah, I'm
everything.
the week
Everything was
before.
online. You know what?
Oh my God, I'm
But
so
my
happy.
family I feel like cheats a little bit, but I feel like we're just efficient in the way where we're
That's not
like
that's not cheating.
it's just we just send each other lists with links. And
That's
we're like, this
perfect.
is
That's
what
what
I
we
would
do.
like.
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
easy.
you know what? Then I'm not guessing. I'm not
There's no
guessing. I'm
point to
just like,
guess.
chilling. Um,
I'm proud of you. I didn't do any shopping. I know, I
well,
know.
you know what, Chauncey? I'm not surprised because you wait till like Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah, like the weekend of Christmas, like December 23rd, I am in the malls, I am
You are
in the
in the
parking lots,
streets.
I'm in the
It's like a
streets trying to
ready,
get
set, go.
everything.
You know what that reminds
Yes,
me of?
it's a
That game
rush.
show. It's like a game show where,
The
like, remember,
supermarket
like,
one?
yeah.
Yes, I used to love that one. I used to watch my grandma. I used to like get people like super. I forgot what it was called, the supermarket, and they
But you have
redid
like a
it. They
certain amount of time to
yes,
get like
all
food
your
and you're
items.
racing through the aisles. I feel like that's
Yes, it
you.
was like a reboot of it recently, and I was like, oh, I would love to be on that show. I
Yeah, with
live for
Guy
that
Fieri
rush.
or whatever, right?
Yes,
Guy
I
Fieri?
live
Didn't
for
he host
that.
it? I
Yes,
swear
that
he
was like
hosted
my
it.
show. Oh my god, yes,
It was
the
a thing.
memories.
I know. Just remember a lot of people dumping a lot of turkeys in their
Yes,
car.
it's always like the turkey one. The guy from Double Dare will host it. Yes, I used to watch it all the time. I live for the rush. Like it's a sickness in my family that we shop. Like we'll get like certain things early on, but like those other like real big gifts, the weekend December 23rd, you'll see the Woods family out in the streets trying to get the last minute shit. And it's a sickness. Like I remember every job I've ever had, they always ask you, do you want December 24th off or New Year's Eve off? I was like, give me December 24th off because I'm busy. I'm
Yeah,
busy. I'm
I'm busy.
shopping.
I'm in the streets. I
I'm
gotta
in the
spend
streets
money.
looking.
We're on a
I'm a
time
dangerous
limit.
woman. I'm a dangerous woman with money in my hand. Okay, around Christmas Eve. That's before payday too. Oh, it's beautiful. I act a
Oh,
fool. So yes. So yeah, Black Friday, I did not do any shopping. I was gonna get a new TV, but I realized my dad suddenly remembered I have an extra TV at their house. He's like, "Oh, we have this
hey.
TV." He's like, "Do you want it?" I was like, "Yeah, bet." So I go get it this weekend, and I don't have no remote. He said I forgot to get the remote. So
No.
so I will be
Can
doing a
you,
remote.
like, Amazon a
Yeah,
remote? Do they have that?
he said he has it. So that's another week process of me trying to
That's
get my dad to give me the remote. But yes, I didn't know
that is
shopping.
TV
I didn't look
without no remote.
online. You know what? Okay, I did do shopping, but it wasn't for Black. It was like 3 days before Black Friday because I knew there was gonna be no deals. So I got some
Mm.
reformation stuff from Nordstrom's, and I just added it in the cart, and then I'm
Girl,
gonna pick it
did
up
you
today.
speaking of no deals for Black Friday, did you how you have to have seen this TikTok going
Which
around
one?
freaking of this
The
girl,
the
she's out with
sign?
Black Friday and she takes the freaking,
Yes,
like
the 649.
right, and it's the same
Yes,
goddamn
we'll roll it,
price.
guys. We'll roll it for you. Like, and I was like,
We
they
will
playing
roll it.
people out here. They're playing people.
Oh, it's the same. Okay, what about this one? Oh, it's the same.
Black Friday deal?
They are
Like
playing
freaking
people.
Black Friday deals at Target, and she goes into the sign and she pulls out the freaking sign behind it.
Yes.
It's the same damn price.
Because they don't care
Ugh.
anymore. Black Friday is not what we grew up with. Black Friday used to be like the best
Mm-mm.
time of the year. You go out and rush.
Buffoonery.
No, but Finner acts like that, so they tricking people. Like they literally are saying, "Oh, it's 649." It's been 649. It's been that way.
Exactly. Exactly. They're like special Black Friday deal. You're like,
It's always a special
bullshit.
Black Friday with no specials. No specials. Like it always
No
is. Like
special.
it really is no freaking specials. Like it really isn't. And it's giving capitalism. It's it's
It's
giving
getting
not giving.
capital.
It's giving capitalism. It's giving they don't care about us and my need for new electronics for half off. Like
Oh
I don't
damn.
understand. So like yeah, I was talking to like someone, one of my friends, and we're talking about how she's getting a mattress, and she's like, there was basically no deals for mattresses. Like What about my
Mm-mm.
back
Black Friday
health?
is not Black Friday.
It's not no more. It's Cyber Monday. So I'm gonna support all small businesses per usual all
Shout
year
out.
round because
Shout out.
they gonna hook it up. They're not gonna play these games. Like they're all gonna have good
I
discounts and
can't.
good deals. And I'd rather support someone than, your local Target or Walmart who is taking my money every 3 to 4 weeks. Anyway, I
Right?
gotta go to Target this week for some groceries because I got my immunity shots
Oh,
there and I need
Lord.
my shots. So I will be
Mm,
there.
mm, that's when you know
But
that's when you know people are still trying to recoup cost, right? You like the
and
special
I
Black
can't
Friday
do that with
deals with
you.
no actual special.
I can't do that. I'm an adult
Mm-mm,
now. I don't
mm-mm.
have that in me. I don't even think they had
I
any
know
good deals anywhere. Stupid. I'm not doing
standing
that.
outside in a
Yeah,
line
like,
for no
"Hey,
goddamn deals.
guys, let's get some." No, I'm done. It's over it.
Okay,
I'm
well,
over it.
speaking of Black Friday, I always hand it to the people who gotta work on Black Friday,
Those
especially, like,
people,
those in retail. Like, they see some
God bless them.
shit. Like, they
God
have
bless
to
them.
see some wild ass shit. I bet they
I
got
would never,
stories.
never in my life. I remember we had to work
Mm-mm.
Black Friday at the gym for people who want to work out the turkey weight afterwards. And it wasn't a big deal because like the gym was like super full in the morning and the afternoon like cool down.
Yeah, it was pretty
But
chill.
we still had to wake up at like 5 in the morning to get there
That's
after
not
Thanksgiving,
fun.
which is whatever. But the retail workers, that's a special place in heaven for you. Because these people
No,
are ridiculous out here.
I
Like these people are
cannot.
insane.
I can't.
Insane.
Well, I
Insane.
had to have Gabby, like, help me pull some of
Hey
these,
Gabby.
stories,
Okay, I'm
because
ready.
I
Tell
had
me.
to know, like, firsthand too, because so we obviously went to Reddit because Reddit has all the things when it
Oh,
comes
Reddit's
to,
the
like,
best
the
thing ever.
truth, right? Well, unfiltered. And so we got this list together of some of, like, the most craziest stories of Black
Oh no.
Friday experiences from, like, retail employees, and they would have to say, like, what their worst Black Friday was. So I
Okay,
have a
I'm
list of
ready.
them, and I I
I'm
just
ready. I'm
we
ready.
have
I'm
to talk about
scared, but
these
I'm
because
ready.
this shit is freaking weird. Okay, so one of them is, a
Oh god.
GameStop manager, right? She said a kid pooped on their floor because their mom refused to leave the line because she didn't wanna stand in it again.
Wait. This
Pooped
child.
on the store floor.
No.
This kid.
No. No. No, thank you. You know how I am about bodily functions. You know how I am about bodily functions. I do not like that. I am sorry. And people always ask me, "How are you gonna have your own kids because you don't take care of crap?" I will do it for my own children. That's different. But as a manager, I gotta see a bunch of poop in the corner. How old was this kid?
I mean, obviously, like, old enough to freaking pop a squat. Had to be, like, what, 3?
That kid
That
is
would
a
be my
manipulative.
3,
That
4.
kid's a narcissist waiting to happen. That
I
kid's a
mean,
narcissist
like,
waiting to
that
happen.
like, literally that mom. Can you imagine standing in line, Chauncey, and seeing that?
I don't wanna go there. I haven't eaten lunch
I don't
yet.
wanna
I don't wanna go there. I don't wanna go there, but that kid
I
right
would
there
be
is
like,
a
"What
future
the fuck?"
that kid's a future narcissist. He's a future crazy person, some manipulative
Blech.
ass little kid. Like, you're taking shits places just to get,
Gross.
over a game? Stop it.
Over a
Stop it.
game because the mom didn't wanna leave the line to like, freaking take him to the bathroom because she didn't wanna come back and stand in the line all over again.
Well, Miss Ma'am, he already told you what I guess he gave you a warning. So, like, he told
I
you he
would
had to
assume.
go. And I get you don't wanna let your kid go to the bathroom by himself because, like, of course, kidnapping. But, like, girl,
No.
you gotta pick your choices. Like,
No.
look, you get back in line. Get back in line. 'Cause that
Nope.
kid's embarrassing
Mm-mm.
you now, and you gotta clean that up
Mm-mm.
in public? Oh, no.
Ugh. Oh my god, no, I
Blech,
can't.
blech.
I can't, Chelsea. Okay, okay, we're moving
Okay,
on. All
next
right.
story,
Ugh,
next story,
ugh. Okay,
next story.
2 years ago, a pair of ladies were fist fighting over a Dyson vacuum that wasn't even on sale. I bet they
Okay,
got that
first
shit
of
at
all,
Target.
Dyson,
Bet they
okay,
got that
I want
shit
a
at
Dyson.
Target.
Yeah, Dyson, I love my Dyson hair straightener. I love it. The vacuum cleaner I heard is hella fire. I heard it's amazing, but you can get Dyson on freaking Amazon or the Dyson channel, like, or something. Like, I'm not gonna fight over a non-discount Dyson, a non-disc. So I'm paying $600 and get my ass whooped at the same time. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, you're gonna get yourself a shark for discount. I'm gonna get my ass beat for a Dyson that's not on sale. Stop it. Stop it. You could catch me in the Nordstrom's rack in the Dyson. Get the no. No, I'm sorry. That does not go on discount. They don't go on discounts. I'm not gonna get a black eye over a Dyson vacuum cleaner. That's not even discounted, Heather. Stop
You're
it.
like, solid pass. Okay, well then how about this one? Okay, this one says,
Okay.
um, this employee worked at a small town Kmart, okay? Had to
Ooh.
break up a fight between two middle-aged women over a TV. My boss told me I had to resolve it peacefully. I made the two grown women rock paper scissors it for the TV. Not awful, but moderately entertaining.
I'm sorry. We got two people
You're rock
about to
paper scissors
bust
for
it
a
up,
TV.
over a TV. How much was this TV? It should have been $20 if that was the case. I'm not rock, paper, scissoring with anyone. Like, are you
I just feel like
stop it.
that is
Stop
how you
it.
solve things with
Is it
kids,
2 out of
right?
3? 2 is it just 1 all or just 2? See, I have a lot of questions about the behavior of this. Like, I have to, like, how what's no. There had to be another TV at
You're like,
Kmart.
wait,
It
what
had to
are
be
the
another TV. Like, it
guidelines?
had to be another TV. Like, you know what? Do what you I hope whoever won I hope she won all 3 rounds of 2 out of 3. Like, I hope she killed it. I hope she
You know
won.
what? I hope so. I hope so.
That's a mess.
Okay, so here's the next one. I had someone tear down a sign and bring it to the register just to prove to me the price of the item. Little did they seem to be aware that this sign was actually for a different item.
Okay, so we're just breaking down shit? We're just breaking
This
down shit.
reminds me of all those people who tackle boxes. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
as
that's
soon as the
stupid.
doors open, they just like jump over people and start tackling people.
There's no
Does that
point.
happen anymore?
I hope not. I
I
didn't see
mean,
anything
like,
in the
are these
news.
Black Friday deals that insane that this happens anymore?
No, I
I
haven't
mean,
seen
I
that.
remember when we were growing up, those
Yeah,
Black
that's
Friday deals were
different.
lit, and
That
so,
was,
you
like,
know
the
what?
best thing. You'll see, like,
The
people at the
stampeding was understandable to some degree.
yeah, but recently, no. And maybe with COVID, maybe that was it too. People stopped doing that. But even before COVID, I don't remember people like chasing down each other. Maybe we don't live in a small town. I don't know, but that's not happening. We're not playing rock, paper, scissors or knocking people down. Like I just
Didn't
don't see
play
the
rock, paper,
point.
scissors.
I'm not gonna get hit over anything.
I remember, like, the last Black Friday I went out to, I think, because I'm from a small town,
Yeah.
I went to the local Walmart. They were having a sale on Xboxes,
Oh,
and my
that's different.
boyfriend
That's a
at the time
prize.
wanted one so bad, and
See,
so I went and bought him a new Xbox, and
you're
it was,
such a good
like, a
person.
hella good deal. It was, like,
See,
50% off, and I got the last one.
that's different. I just remember growing up, we'll go it's once again Christmas shopping, the Woods family. Like we would be like in the parking lot looking for parking spaces, and that's when shit would pop off. Like people try to take your parking
Ooh,
spot.
you know what? I can only imagine your whole ass car yelling at people because you be
Yes, because
yelling at people
because
just
you're not gonna take a
driving.
parking spot. I'm sorry. Like I was at the age of 9 years old, ready to fight. I was like, this is so rude. And I was like a very like, quiet kid. I was like, this is so rude. Me now is very dangerous in the parking lot. I would just yell at you all day. It's not even funny, but yeah, like I don't remember Black Friday. Yeah, Black Friday's not the same like we were kids. They were fun.
Oh
But
my
yeah.
gosh. Okay, so here's another one. I was
Okay.
working at Banana Republic during Black Friday when I was in college. I worked at the flagship store, and we have really big dressing rooms made specially for handicapped. On two separate occasions, we found two different couples having sex inside these large rooms.
You're disgusting. This is
It's
Black Friday. There's people out here now. I could do what you do.
shenanigans.
Do what you do. It really is shenanigans. Like do what you do, but there's people out. There's kids out here. There's kids. There's babies. And you're getting first of all, there's handicap. There's people who need to actually use the handicap to get their like. What about the? Stop it! You better pull your pants up, Mister Sir, Miss Ma'am. Like stop it. You're just
Like,
that's
Chelsea, can
disgusting.
you imagine the
Oh,
couple
like
and the
cut
guy's
it
just like,
out.
"Hey,
Cut it out.
hey, babe. Hey,
Yeah.
babe."
Let's just go do this real quick. No, take yourself to the car like any responsible person and do it in the back seat. And in the parking lot, do like any responsible person does. Do not bring this out. Don't bring this shit inside a freaking dressing room, especially for the
Dressing
handicap.
room. You
How
got,
rude
like,
are
you
you?
got children. You got
Like,
children around.
there's a handicap one, at least doing the regular stall ones. Like, just if you have to, like, be nicer, think about the other people, like, rude. Now you're capitalizing over other people's spaces because of
Lord.
space. Stop it. I would be like,
And
"You are
can you imagine the
nasty."
store like, the one of the employees having to knock on the door and be like, "Excuse me?"
I'm like, "Get out of here, you nasty little man, little woman, stop that." I'm
Like,
like, "Stop
what if
it.
you had to be the
Stop
one
it.
to
Stop
break
it.
it up?
Break it up. Put your pants on. I hope you're using protection. Let's go. Bring it back home. Go
You're like,
home."
"Excuse me, this is a
I'll
dressing
just get
room, it's not made
security.
for those."
I will get security. I'll get security, like, "Security, fix this up. This is nasty." Okay? I would be like, "This is so
I'd
nasty."
be like, "Where's the custodian? We need to clean
Yes.
this."
Where let me call your supervision, because like, you have to be supervised. Like, hold it in your pants. Like, the thrill is gone. The thrill is
Oh,
gone.
Lord. Ugh,
Disgusting.
that's all I
Ew.
got for you. I figured we'd end it there because,
That was a good one. These are good
I mean,
ones.
like,
These are good ones.
Lord,
Yeah, so Black
Lord.
Friday, never had Black Friday like those before, so that's good to know.
I've never had a Black Friday. What have you ever had a hectic Black Friday?
No, like, they're always like, you go in, you stay in line for hella, like, long, and you get inside, and that was it. Like, I remember people being, like,
Yeah.
super crowded and the parking lot's crowded, but I don't
Mm.
remember people, like, running over each other. Like, I don't recall that. Like, I've never seen that, like, those things in person. Like, on TV, like, you know, like, they show, like, different areas with different people, but I've never seen that myself. Have you?
I've stood in line. I don't know. I'm like not a shopper. I freaking hate shopping. You know this. I hate shopping. Honestly, if I could just have somebody do it for me, that'd be
I would
freaking
be so
awesome.
happy.
I would be so happy. I'd be
That's
like,
what I do for
just give
my
me
groceries.
options. Just give me
I do that
free
for my groceries.
options. And
I
I'll
don't
be
like
like,
it.
yes.
Yes, no, yeah, yeah, no.
But I think for Black Friday, you know what? It was always my sister because my sister loves to shop. She
Oh, she
loves to
just loves
shop.
it.
And so she would always be like, "Are you going with me to Black Friday? We have all
No.
these deals, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Ugh, really?"
There's no
She's like,
deals in the
"Come with
world.
me. I don't want to go by myself." And I'm like out
She
there at
li
freaking midnight. I'm like,
No.
"Why?"
No, I know my dad used to go to, like, Target or Walmart or some, like, place in the middle of like, at, like, midnight to go get stuff once in a while. Remember one time in high school, my dad went to Walmart and we're like, "Have fun. See you when you get home." And he said they turned the heater on at Walmart so people would leave early. Like, people were not just, like, hanging out. People just left because the heater
Ooh.
was, like, blasting. And I was like, "That's a
Oh
good little
god, could
trick."
you imagine if you worked there?
Oh, I'll be dead. I'm like, "Take me out the game. I'm calling and say I quit. My job is over." My
Oh
job,
god.
like, every day I'm like this. I'm like, "I wanna quit." Like, leading up to Black Friday, about this, "I gotta quit. I gotta quit.
Like, oh god, no. No way. I could
I gotta
never.
quit."
Um, okay, so
Okay.
what is happening in our afterthoughts?
So, if you have been living under a rock, which I'm surprised you if you haven't heard this, so Cassie and P. Diddy have had a lawsuit. Cassie filed a lawsuit against P. Diddy. I believe it was, like, last week about
Mhm.
so many things that he alleged did. I'll put
Allegedly.
allegedly. I'll put my Wendy Williams allegedly in front of it.
Here are just some of the things that this lawsuit alleges. Apparently, after a failed attempt to leave him, he R-worded her in her own home. He often punched, beat, kicked her, resulting in bruises, busted lips, black eyes, bleeding. He blew up a man's car after finding out that that man was interested in Cassie. It really takes me back to that video I made on Diddy and Kim Porter and her mysterious death. Y'all can go check it out. You can click into that comment up there and go back to that video. But one of Kim Porter's on and off boyfriends, while she was on and off with Diddy, was also found with a self-inflicted wound to his head. I say self-inflicted very lightly. Allegedly forced Cassie to engage in adult acts with other men while he watched and did other things. He ran out of his home with a pew-pew in pursuit of another rival industry executive who was nearby. Are you okay?
And he literally settled within 24 hours because he knew better.
$30 million
Because
dollars.
yeah, even more than that probably, to be honest with you, because we don't know the exact cost.
She shoulda freaking,
She
like,
got more than that. She got whatever she wanted. I just love that in the comments, no one went against her because we've all heard these rumors about P. Diddy since I was a kid. I was not surprised. I was not surprised that Cassandra
really?
Ventura did this. A little bit. I was like, okay, Cassandra Ventura. Okay, but no, I was not surprised by any of this. If you have ever been online or watched Making the Band, or know anything about Sean Combs, this is not surprising for you. This is nothing. I was not surprised.
I was a little surprised. I mean, I
Oh
knew
my!
he was unhinged, but
Did you
like,
ever watch Making the Band?
yeah, but I mean, honestly, the only thing I remember from that is like, go get my fucking cheesecake.
And y'all can walk from here, get the cheesecake, see the city, enjoy the sights, would you? Show them around. Take him over the Brooklyn Bridge, let that wind hit him off the water. See how y'all feel as a group.
Nope. No, there are so many scenes. That man, he is disgusting. Like, this man is a
Like
menace.
what?
Like,
Okay, what were some red flags? Did you see? Do you remember?
yeah, it was episode. It was like, was it? I forgot which make was it Day 26 or Dandy Kane? I can't remember. It was Lori Gibson, who was like the biggest choreographer at the time, and they were going back and forth, and like legit, she said, "I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of you." She's yelling at him, and MTV had the footage. I don't know what happened to the footage allegedly, but we all saw it. Like, he has been, the word unhinged is not even natural to say. Like, it's just like he's been a menace. Like, if you look up the things he's done to people, he blew up Kid Cudi's car. And Kid Cudi confirmed that. He's like, yeah, my car was blown up.
I didn't even
He's,
know all of that.
yes, this man is a menace. Like, do you not remember him and Jennifer Lopez almost went to jail back in the 90s?
Yeah,
In the
I
early
remember
2000s?
that.
Yes.
I remember because
He's
he
a
was like
murderer.
carrying a gun and shit.
Yes. Yes. People forget. Like, this man is not, he is not anyone. He's not a good person. Like, he's not a good, I was not surprised. I'm surprised it took this long. So for someone to actually make it known in the public eye. People, and like, honestly, like the lawsuit, she did it to let people know this is what's going on, that more victims come out. But he has had several things that we don't know about. But yeah, like, no, I was not surprised. I was surprised that she did it, but I wasn't surprised at all.
Oh my
No, he's a
god.
sick person.
Well, they
And the
said
thing,
like, okay, well, what about the alleged like, all this like sex stuff where she
oh
had
yeah,
to like
totally believe that. Totally believe that. Yeah, the white
really?
parties back in the day, all this stuff is true. I don't, if you have ever heard about Puff Daddy, this man has been doing this for decades. These white parties, or these infamous white parties they used to have, they're all NDA signed. Like, this place, he's a terrible human being. Like, this man's a demon. Like, I don't know. I think it's really funny. Like, I read this article. It says, if when it hits Rolling Stones, white people news, that's when that shit gets real. Because I've known this for years. My mom has been a hater against P. Diddy for decades. Like, it's nothing. It's gonna be surviving Bad Boy. Forget surviving R. Kelly, but surviving Bad Boy records. Like,
I
everyone
think didn't
basically.
freaking 50 Cent say that he
Yeah.
freaking
Oh, my
funded?
favorite is 50 Cent. 50 Cent has been on this man's ass for decades, and I love it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Diddy is a menace. Like, half the people that you work. Okay, first of all, I knew he was a terrible person. He doesn't give people their royalties for their music until
Facts.
recently.
Facts.
But it's
I
an
mean, I
NBA
was not a
clause.
fan of him ever.
Yeah, no
So,
one's
but I
ever been a
just
fan
didn't
of
know
his
all of
music.
this.
Yeah, like, so he's never gave all the people, producers and musicians, they don't own their rights to their music. Okay, until
Oh,
recently,
that's
he
right. Was it
gave
Audrey
yeah,
or
Aubrey
from
O'Day was like, do not sign it because you're not getting the percentage you deserve, and if you sign it's an NDA clause. You can never speak bad about Bad Boy Records or Sean Combs. And people forget Aubrey O'Day actually went to school for poli sci, almost became a lawyer, so she knows what she's talking about.
She's
She's a
smart.
little out there, but she knows what she's talking about. This man literally has capitalized off everything. This man is always in the
Facts.
video for no reason. Like, we don't need to see you. Like, the idea that have like the biggest hits from his company and the people are the worst contracts in the world. Like, he gave Cassie a 10 studio album contract. Who was doing 10 studio albums back in the 2000s? No one. No
What?
one.
He did that?
So her lawyers were not just regular lawyers, they were employment lawyers. Employment lawyers mean, like, because she was technically an employee of him for Bad Boys Records as her as her managing company. The employment lawyers that she got were, if you look at, this girl did a TikTok video which was amazing, and she broke down each lawyer that was on her team. These lawyers got the rights for college players to get money from their likeness. That's what type of lawyers they were. These people
Oh.
have had humongous cases to get their right. Like, the lawyers that she hired were not going to be fucked with. They're not going to play with you. Like, these lawyers they came out for blood, and the idea that he settled for so soon means they had shit that he was not going to be able to get away from. Like, in her
Facts.
safety. Like, the idea is these parties, everything he did. There is not an ounce of me that did not believe it. I believe there's more we just don't know about. Okay, like
Ooh.
he's a terrible human being. He's demonic. Like I don't understand. And there's a resurfaced interview from Kamora Lee Simmons in 2004 that she said like he threatened her, but resurfaced back up. Yeah, like
I mean, I'm watching all of these like these videos get like
oh, I
replayed
love
and all
it.
this kind of stuff on socials, and it is wild to me
He's a
like how
menace.
possessive he is. I'm
He's
like,
a
"Oh my
menace. Like I'm telling you,
gosh."
everyone has these things have been around for years. It's just nice to see that it's like out there now so people can speak their truth. But Cassie, shout out to her. I knew it wasn't a money grab. I knew it was. I knew it was for her protection. That's her protection. This man had her out here just out here. That he's blowing up cars and stuff like that. Like he's a
Blowing up.
sicko. Mm-mm.
Oh my
And the worst part is that
god.
I knew he was a clown back in '95 from the Source Awards. I been knew P Diddy was a clown.
Girl,
As a
the
child, I knew he was a
MTV
clown.
Music Awards this last year, I was like, "What the
Because he
fuck?"
paid for that. He paid for that. He paid for that award.
Did he?
Yes, he did. And don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Bad Boys have gave me some hit records. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Keisha Cole last night, I feel in my stomach until I hear that song. Okay,
Mm.
he is a menace. He can't rap. Okay, he's a good producer, but besides that, he's a demon. He is in his demon bag. I'm sorry. Surviving Bad Boy will be out soon. It will be out.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm
I
looking
hope I
forward
can
to it.
produce it.
Freaking 50
I hope I
Cent
can
make
produce
it.
it. Oh, bitch, oh, please, bitches. Oh, he's been on that man's ass for decades. I love it. I know when he heard that, he said, yes.
He's like,
Yes.
"It's about damn time."
Yes. And everyone, like, there's like TikTok videos of people when up and coming musicians talk to like these established people in the industry. They're all like, oh, what should I be aware of in the industry? And they're like, don't go to those parties. Don't go to those parties. And then people say that. And we all know it's like, yeah, I am not surprised.
Mm-mm.
I've been waiting for the downfall for
Mm-mm.
decades. Okay, I don't like this.
Mm-mm.
I just love how no one was really shocked by it like this. I can see that happening. But if you look at Making the Band, that man's a terrorist.
Oh,
That man's a
facts.
terrorist.
Absolutely. He's a freaking asshole. I mean, I never
Yeah, like,
liked him,
and my
but
question is, why if he did all this work, where is the albums at? You get like two, you probably get like 2 albums from them. Maybe you get 2 albums from these artists, maybe 2 or 3. If you're lucky, you get 3.
I
You're
mean,
lucky.
you know what? Can you imagine what his kids?
His poor children, his poor
I
kids.
felt
Like
so bad.
I
I'm like,
feel
damn, he's
terrible for
a
his
menace for a
children.
father.
Like I feel like
What about
everyone
the
kind of.
theory that he murdered Kim Porter?
I'm not gonna say he didn't. I'm not gonna say that he's not a part of the situation. I'm not gonna say it. I've heard that rumor for years. I've heard so many rumors. I've heard so many rumors about this man. Like it's been like a known thing about. Like there's certain things that you hear just like this. Yeah, I know that. Like the whole R. Kelly dating Aaliyah. I heard that since I was a kid. I've heard that
Yeah,
since
that
I was
was
like.
gross.
I've heard that since I was like in middle school, and I was like, yeah, I know that rumor. Like there's certain rumors I've always heard. I've heard Sean Combs, he did that shit. That's all I say. He going to prison somewhere. I don't know what year he going to prison in, but he going somewhere. That man is a terrorist. And like I didn't
Settled.
need a
Jeez.
lawsuit to tell me that, but I'm glad that she had the strength to do that because I can't
Yeah.
imagine her pulling all her stuff out there, putting all her stuff out there that she's been through
I
in
was
front of the
reading the
world to see.
documents and I
Well, I
was
read the
like,
documents. It was great.
damn.
Yeah. So for her to do that, I'm just proud of her because I can't
I mean,
imagine.
she laid it all out there. The
Can you
sex
imagine?
parties, the like
Freak
threesomes,
offs,
the
the
like
white
the freak
nails you had to
offs.
wear.
The
Yes,
freak
like
off. I was
yeah,
like,
the freak girl, I was not surprised by that. He's nasty.
yo.
But like I am proud of her because I don't know if I have the strength to do that. I hope I would have the strength to do that, put that out there.
Well, like, and then I keep seeing like this one reel where it's like Diddy posted like freaking Cassie rolled up in a blanket on the ground and he's just
Yes.
like berating her. And I'm like, you
Yes.
posted that?
Yes.
You fucking
I told you.
posted that?
He's a honestly, and people like how people are like, well, why would she just take the money? Oh, for my safety. My safety is very important to me. It's a clause.
Well, look, I heard this. It was like she should have been a star. Like she should
Yeah,
have
she was
had
good.
full
She
on
should.
records. She should have toured all of the above. And literally, he took that away from her because he literally controlled everything.
Yeah, and he got her when she was super young. So like that's grooming. And she was like probably like
Exactly,
18,
grooming.
19,
And
20.
also, too, isn't it gross? Isn't it gross? Shouldn't that be a giant red flag when you got these 50-year-olds going after these 20-year-olds? Like, Gag me.
No, no,
Gross.
he's just ugh. I'm just, you
Mm.
know what? Is I just think it's very funny how he had this whole marketing this year. Like he had to know this was coming because
Oh my
he
god.
literally
His
the marketing
album,
for it.
quote unquote, the Red
Yes, like
Album or whatever.
the album, the award show, giving people back their rights and stuff like that. I'm just like, dude, we knew it was coming. Like something was off. Like it was just like he went changing them to love. He be having kids out of wedlock all the time. Like it's just a mess. Like I don't trust that man. I can throw him, and I
He
know I can't throw
messy.
him.
He messy.
He's a messy ass bitch.
Uh-uh.
So I'm glad that she spoke her truth. I'm glad she had the strength to tell people. I'm glad more people are feeling open to tell their truth about him and other people because it should not. Everyone should be on
What
alert.
are, like, out of curiosity, so we always knew that, like, Diddy was a little off.
Yes.
Um, who are some other celebrities that, like, we wouldn't be surprised if we heard some real crazy ass shit about?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have to think about that one. That's a good question. I don't
I
know. There's a
I
lot of
feel
people
like
probably. I'd have to think of like if you say a name, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Jared Leto. I feel like if some crazy shit came out about him, I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't. I don't think it would be like as Diddy territory. I don't think it'd be like
Oh,
that.
no,
No,
no, I
it
don't
would be
think it'd
like
be Diddy
he got
territory.
like. I think he would be like having pictures of himself in his house, like a mural. I know
Enthralled with
A Rod.
himself.
I know Alex Rodriguez has a mural of himself in his house of like some type of like weird stat. I don't know. I've read that years ago, and I was like, that makes sense. I feel like Jared Leto will have like pictures of himself in
I
different
feel like he
different
would too.
centuries,
In
different
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 centuries,
decades,
like friggin'
a
rock
Roman
star
Empire,
mentality.
like something. I think he would just have like art through like this, a little questionable, like, oh, okay, so that's what his vibe for today is.
Okay, what about this? We're taking it back to like the early 2000s. What about Ja Rule?
Oh, Ja Rule for sure was fucking out on these streets. Like I'm not even convinced. Like his wife even said like he hooked up with like we all know about Ja Rule. I'm not surprised. No, I would not surprised. I don't think it's no freak me part about him fucking in these streets and cheating on his wife. That's confirmation. We got that confirmed years ago. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh, not. I'm like this. That makes sense.
Wasn't he? Isn't he in prison for like, or wasn't he in prison for
No, Ja
like
Rule's
freaking
not. No,
tax
Ja Rule has
evasion?
not. He has not done a bid. He has not done a
He
bid.
hasn't done a bit.
Surprisingly, I'm surprised he has not. But I don't think he's done a bid that I know about. I could be wrong. But I don't think he's done a bid. Okay, who else? Who else? This is fun.
I'm trying to go back to our days of like where it was kind of before social media because I feel like social media, like
Oh,
you would
TMZ
not be
fucked it
able to
right
get,
up. TMZ,
yeah, you
if it
would
wasn't for
not be able to freaking get
if
away
the
with all of this
TMZ was
stuff.
around the 90s, oh, it'd been
Oh,
great to
we would be
watch.
dead. That's
I
it.
would love
That's
to
done.
watch it. I would love to watch TMZ, but people running rampant on the streets. I would love that. Leonardo DiCaprio in the 90s, I would have loved to watch that on TMZ. He was a menace and I loved it. I look up his shit like at least once every couple of years to see how he was in the 90s. That is a thespian because I know for a fact he came to work and he did his job. He was out on the streets the night before with his little crew. He was hanging with David Blaine and Q-Tip from a Tribe
Oh
Called
my
Quest.
god,
Like, come
David
on.
Blaine.
Come on. What were they getting into in the 90s? I would have loved to see those videos. I would have loved it. Oh, Drew Barrymore in the 90s? Oh, I would have loved it.
Oh, it would have been like
Oh,
ridiculous.
Robert
So
Downey Jr. in the
look,
90s?
social
Oh,
media killed all of this. Like
oh,
it
Drew Barrymore in the
killed
90s,
it.
in the 70s, and Studio 54, her 8-year-old ass. And, oh, I loved it.
Freaking
Oh, Leo
Madonna.
DiCaprio. Madonna loved it. What is we knew Madonna's crap, but I would love to say that even more. But Leonardo DiCaprio, he gave us Titanic, but he was hanging out with David Blaine at nighttime. That shit rocks my world every 5 minutes. I'm like, oh yes. Robert Downey Jr. in his heyday in the 90s before he cleaned up.
Oh
People don't understand.
Lord.
So you guys know Iron Man as who he is today. And Robert Downey Jr. is an amazing actor. That's a thespian.
Yes.
But in the 90s, we knew him as a wild card. This man was a menace, and I loved it.
Out
Oh,
there.
I loved it. And he still looks amazing. Oh, for all the drugs he
You
did,
know
he
he
looks
been
amazing.
through it and he still looks good.
And he looks great. And I love how he tells other actors and actresses about like his struggles so he can help prepare them for like that they won't be the same way. So I love his advocacy about that. But he was a menace. I remember I McBill. Oh, he was my favorite little menace on the TV show on Entertainment Tonight. He was my favorite. Oh, I would love to see him in TMZ.
What about Johnny Depp?
Menace. I would love to see him in TMZ. Oh, I would have loved it. I would have loved it back in the 90s. I mean, oh, I would have loved it. Oh, him and Kate Moss in the streets tearing up hotel rooms. Would have loved it. People forget. The 90s were a wild
They
ride.
do. I don't remember all of this stuff.
I
Like
literally have the memory of unnecessary knowledge.
You
Unnecessary
really
knowledge.
do.
Like, I
The
just know
most
things that people are like, wait, how do you know that I'm like this? I know all
random
people's business.
shit.
Okay. Okay. Like, I just don't care. I don't care. I think that people need to know what's going on. So yes, I remember my one friend was like this. Wait, Robert Downey Jr. I'm like this. You didn't know about the original Iron Man? Let me give you your Wikipedia. One moment, please. I said just go to personal life at the bottom. They're like, oh my god, I'm like this. Iconic. Yes.
You've been through it. Look, he was freaking
Like
arrested
the
in jail.
mamas and the papas. Mamas and the papas in the
Oh,
70s. The Wilson Phillips. Oh,
woo.
iconic. Fleetwood Mac and them,
Mom and
iconic.
Papa's, they were crazy. I mean, like, remember that guy I used to edit for? He was like, he's
Yes.
known as like the freaking godfather of folk,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
he worked with the Mamas and
All
the
of them.
Papas and Cass Elliot and
Oh, I would
like
love that.
freaking Love and
There's certain things. Oh,
Spoonful,
Carly
Tim Burton.
Simon. Carly Simon talking about Warren Beatty. You're so vain. Oh, I'd love to hear that. I would have loved to know the dirt about that relationship in the TMZ. Yeah, I know a lot of random history, guys. It's bad. Like I can give you all different types of history from different centuries. I'm like, yeah, the gossip, the celebrity gossip. And I don't know
You
why
are
I
like,
blame
you really
VH1.
do. You know a lot.
Because I blame VH1. Like I used to watch like a lot behind the
You watch
music and stuff.
MTV News? Do you remember that?
Yes. Oh, if you said Chris Loder, people have died on MTV News. If you saw Chris Loder on your screen, oh, people have
And he's
died.
like, breaking news. I was like,
People have
oh, what
died.
happened?
I'm Kurt Loder with MTV News.
People have died. I'm like, oh, here we go. Chris gonna tell us what's gonna happen. Should break.
He's
I
like,
remember,
he would tell us everything.
girl. TRL
That's how
was
I
like a
got my
mess.
news as a kid, through MTV
If that was the
News.
place I got my news from as a kid, I saw him pop up breaking news with us. Oh, shit has went astray. Of the
I was
chat,
like,
I have
oh shit, what
anxiety.
happened?
I was like, the tour is canceled. Like something has happened.
Who died?
Who died? Like breaking news. I'm like, oh shit. Like here we are. Like
He'd pop up in the middle of our freaking
yes,
like music
TRL.
videos or like show
Yes,
or
you
TRL
see
and
Kurt
breaking news. I'm
Loder.
like, whoa, what
You see
happened?
Kurt Loder pop up, and you're like, oh shit. Like there's different levels. Like if you saw like Sushin Pak or Damien or like a couple other people, like okay, you're fine. Not too
You're
serious
fine.
news, right? But if you saw Kurt Loder's old ass pop up, your day is
Like
ruined.
in front of like the freaking MTV
Yes, the
background with the,
background.
like,
Yes. Oh,
world
or
and
he comes
that
in studio, or he comes in studio. Oh, I knew it was a
in
rap. He came
studio,
in studio.
with his little earpiece.
Oh,
He was
God,
there.
yes.
MTV was doing the news.
Okay, when Backstreet Boys announced that AJ was going to rehab, I'll never forget that. I was like, this, oh my God. And I remember I was like, oh my God, Mom, he's going to rehab this. Ooh, like I remember watching on TRL between 3:30 and like 5. I'll watch TRL. That's a different podcast episode.
That's a
We're talking about
whole
TRLs.
other. You know
But yeah,
what? They
I'm
don't.
not
They don't make
surprised by
TV like that no
anything.
more.
I'm not surprised by anything about P Diddy. I'm not surprised. I know your boy Matt Rife is going through it. I saw his comedy special.
Yo, okay, I
It
try. Okay,
wasn't it wasn't great.
I don't
I
know what
watched it.
happened. I feel like he got cocky and he leaned too far, and now he's just an asshole. Like
It was
I,
I saw this TikTok video. I have to send it to you. I think I sent it to you, like about his different facial work he got done over the years. It's a
I
like I have
like
to send it.
literally, Chauncey. I don't know what
I know.
happened. I
It
don't know.
wasn't
He
funny.
used
I
to be
watched
like it
it.
was so. I
I
watched.
watched it.
I watched 10 minutes into it and I couldn't. That's the thing.
I
I had
watched
to
the
turn
whole
it off.
thing. And there were some parts I'm like, okay,
Did
this is
it
kind of
get
funny,
better?
whatever.
Because the first 10 minutes was a little rough.
It was
It didn't
all
get
just
any
like it was like whatever. It was just like, oh, it's like in the background. It wasn't like anything like, oh my God, this is hella fun. I'm laughing the whole time. No, it's just like I've seen better work from him and other people. It was just like
I
he's
feel
trying to
like
put
he's.
Joe
I don't know.
Rogan
Go
in it
ahead.
now. He's Joe Rogan in it now.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
feel like
great.
he's leaning into the douchebaggery of
And
like
it's
what.
fun but you should be if you're gonna be a douchebag in comedy, you gotta be a fun one, like a funny one. You're not funny. It wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Like this one
It's
comedian,
not
like Ricky
funny. Like
Valdez,
it's just. I mean,
hilarious.
his other material was just so good. It was wholesome. It was funny. It was like, haha, you made like you innuendo. Like, well, it was
It
cute and it was funny and it made him very attractive. And now this
and
bullshit that's coming out of his mouth is just disgusting.
and don't get me wrong, I love raunchy comedy. Everyone knows me. I grew up in like the whole like
Yeah.
raunchy comedy area, so I can take like certain things. People are like, oh, that's like so raunchy. I'm like this. To me, it doesn't fully phase me. I've heard worse from other comedians, but it wasn't. The execution wasn't good with his. It wasn't good execution.
I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who like seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. A full black eye. And it wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye. So, testing the water, seeing if y'all are gonna be fun or not. Just wanted to see. I figured we start the show with domestic violence. The rest of the show should be pretty smooth sailing after that.
It didn't. It wasn't anything. I'm like, oh my god, I need to watch. Like, I could have saved that for another weekend to watch it, but I did watch it, and it was like, okay. It was just like, I've seen better. I'll go to HBO Max for my comedy. People.
It was not. I couldn't. I don't know what this new phase he's going into. I don't know what this is, but it's shit, and he needs to reevaluate.
I thought about you. And I was like this. I gotta talk to Heather about this in the podcast, and I just thought about that right now. I had like an alert, like but yeah,
What TikTok did you see about somebody dissecting this comedy special?
Dissecting his facial work. He's got
dissecting his facial work,
fillers. Like we all understand.
Yeah, his lips for sure. His lips,
yeah,
for
veneers, hair, trans. It's a lot of stuff.
Before and after, his features are a lot more refined now than they were back then. And I say back then because this is like 5 years ago. He likes to claim late puberty, but he is like 30 years old. And if we're like really going to zoom out and see how we got from like this to this, the Tom Brady special, we simply have to remember that we started out right here. I think the confusion that comes with Matt's looks and the question of did he or didn't he is because throughout the years, he has tried to yassify himself drastically multiple times.
This girl had the time. And I was like, I don't have time like that. People would think I have a lot of time. I know a lot of random facts. I do, but not like that.
Not you like just that. Like read. You read things.
I love to read. I'm a reader.
Yeah.
I read a bunch of documentary, like autobiographies all the time. But yeah, like I'll send it to you. But yeah, that's our podcast.
Oh my god.
We went on a tangent,
over here just making me devastated. Just devastated.
I know. This is our podcast, guys. We went through a tangent. We started with Black Friday, talk about the celebrity culture of everything Heather knows and I know, and how I remind her that man's a menace. That man's a menace. Okay.
Gross. I'm happy Cassie walked away with millions, as she should.
Yes. I hope she gets millions every fucking year. Okay. Like, and I had to break the news that Heather's man, Matt, has given us a comedy special that was not hitting. It didn't take.
I don't know what the fuck he's on right now, but he needs to get off.
Okay. Well, we'll be back very soon with our other updates.
Very soon. Next week. Follow us on all the socials, on the threads at So She Slays, all the socials at So She Slays, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.